little late. The train developing with speed. Final two. Oh, what happened there? Yellow is gone. Tries to eye up Momo. What about diving to the inside there? Headed as the mid-pack is, as here it comes. Snowstorm. Look at this. Momo right on the tail of Yellow Line. Good bunch of Marble diving into that first turn. Down the front stretch they go, drafting between the three of them. Any artist will tell you that when you combine the three additive primary colors, anything is possible. And so it goes here at Palette Park as the crowd watches the namesake, same Team Primary, descend with Mary down the Tri-Tower, which they built in honor of hosting this round of Marbula 1. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. You can see the Palette Park circuit stretching out beneath us, including a new barrier over at Turn 5, which was put in place because of the aggressiveness of some of the marbles in qualifying, getting high up on those curbs, and the organizers felt it best to err on the side of safety, lest anyone go launching off of the track. It won't slow anybody down, which could be good or bad, because we saw sub 14-second laps in qualifying. Lights are on. And we're rolling! Tumult goes to the lead and moves to the outside. Yellow responds from pole position after dropping back and is now closing right back in with Smoggy, Ruzzy, Pulsar, Origin, and Skip right behind. Now a gap developing from Tumult back, just a half a second lead. Look at Red Eye down there in dead last, an unusual position with a crazy cat's eyes. Now Pulsar moves up into second place. It's a 4-marble race between them as they drop into the bank turn. Phenomenal speed heading into the far hairpin. It's Pulsar up front, and a shot between Tumult and Smoggy as they come up the belt. Who gets the better launch? It is Smoggy. All of them go to the inside, putting a defensive line out of Sector 1. Into the far hairpin they come. Tumult's lead has stretched somewhat. They're stretching out all of them between the top three. Then it's a team of marbles from fourth on back, including, yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, Skip from the Jungle Jumpers, running in fourth place. Yellow, now into fourth, is trying to recover. Speed into the hairpin from Smoggy. Can't get that one done. Will there be a switchback up the line? No. Smoggy sits about a tenth of a second back, but Yellow has responded with fastest lap and goes into second place. They split the attenuator between them, but Yellow can't keep the speed up through the drop and the bank turn. Ooh, a shot off of the wall completely stops Yellow's momentum and falls into the clutches of the midfield marbles as they come back up the ramp again. A tough time there. It looked like was developing for Tumult coming off of that belt. And look at Speedy, now into second place for the Savage Speeders. Will they be able to close up front and try to get up there to Tumult? Yellow doing a good blocking job as Tumult actually puts fastest lap in response. You wondered if that pressure was coming? Well, Tumult feels it, and Tumult can see it now because the Savage Speeders are right there. What does Speedy do? Puts on a slick move and gets the lead. As they exit that lap, a 23-lap race, we're about a third of the way through it. Almost left me speechless there. Ooh, Waspy plummeting like a stone there. Difficulty through that first sector, but it's Speedy up front with clear sailing. What can Tumult do to try to get back up there? Smoggy in third place in front of Skip, Rima, Azure, Yellow, Waspy, Pulsar dropped 6 spots in that lap, and Origin from the O'Rangers. Ooh, Yellow having that same sort of problem that we saw a moment ago with the Midnight Wisps. Yellow plummeting down to 11th now. Speedy's lead is 2.4 seconds. That's pretty amazing on a track like this. Look at behind there, Tumult. Smoggy battling. Smoggy gets in front. Oh, there you see up on top there. We just saw it off the camera. Timing and scoring showed the update, and now Smoggy is going to try to track down Speedy. Has a few laps to do it, but again, these are only 14, 15-second laps, so you have to be quick. Red Eye, in the meantime, is not moving. Got off that last spot, yes, but has been stuck in 15th throughout. Great move there. Azure getting to the inside of Origin through that far hairpin. There's Speedy, decides to go to the outside of that split. As we look back and see the gaps to the rest of the field, Waspy has recovered very nicely up into second place. Tumult, who still holds fastest lap, could use a couple more to try to cut into that lead, which sits at 0.8 of a second over Waspy. I think Speedy could see Waspy coming off the belt, so went to the inside there just to be safe. is that the right way to go when you have a battle like that? Oh, nice one there between Skip, Momo, and Orangen, rather. Smoggy, in the meantime, is sitting in 5th spot and lost a position to Rima. Midnight Whiffs go to the inside, now move to the outside. The two of them are right together. This is a battle for the lead of the race with under 10 to go. 4 or 5 lengths between them as they come across the line. 2/10 on the clock. Rima goes up another spot into 3rd place. Tumult sitting back in 4th. They split on each side. Speedy holding the lead, but keeping tabs on what the Midnight Wisps are doing. I'm sure the strategists are wondering what the best course of action is going to be to close in on the end of this race. 0.3 of a second. Tumult back up into 3rd place in front of Rima. Azur in 5th has jumped up 2 spots. Waspy into the lead, and that was from dead last. Waspy just barely was holding on to the rest of the field, and now is leading this Grand Prix by nearly 2 seconds. Tumult still has the fastest lap somehow, but Waspy, through sheer determination and persistence, has climbed back up there. Red Eye has gotten another spot in the meantime. The championship leader may not hold on to that for much longer if these sorts of finishes continue. Look at all the marbles bunched up on that conveyor belt. Speedy with some speed to the inside and takes the lead once again. Might have needed a couple of laps just to cool and calm down. Waspy probably running on fumes at this point, but still has quite a few laps to go. 4, although that only leads to a couple of minutes of race time at most. Smoggy and Tumult are fairly close as well for that final podium spot, and then several are battling back and forth. Azur gets up into 4th and may have a go another lap or so at Tumult. Lead up front for Speedy, who has responded beautifully. I wouldn't say is unassailable yet. We've seen how one wrong step can put you several seconds adrift through the 1st sector, and of course if you bump anywhere else, maybe midway through that 2nd sector as well, that can lead to disaster. But Speedy is trying to put in a good recovery here. These Savage Speeders have had a difficult time and are sitting in 9th in the overall standings. Speedy, of course, is one of just 2 marbles who has gotten a pole and a win at the same weekend. Also got a 2nd place and a 2nd place. That was back at the Race Forest. The wins were at Honeydale. Look to add another victory with just a couple laps to go, but Waspy says not so fast and takes the lead. We've got a blue flag. Lime is getting in the way of Waspy, who has completely flipped the tables on Speedy. What happened there? Maybe Waspy did have more in the tank. As they come around that final turn, heading across the line, it's going to be very close between them, but by 0.09 of a second, the clock strikes midnight at Pallid Park, and the Midnight Wisps stand again on the top step of the podium. This was a crazy look at how far behind Limelight and Ruzzy are, by the way. A full lap almost. But no lead was safe. The fastest lap goes to Waspy. Now, last season, you may remember, Waspy went from pole to last. In this case, did the opposite, was in last and recovered all the way to 1st and looks completely gassed on the podium, too. The Savage Speeders have to be happy with that performance, hoping to get them farther up the team standings. It could have been much more. Speedy had several 2nd leads on a few occasions, just couldn't finish it. I think with the trajectory that Waspy's race went, there is no denying that marble. Just like the consistent run that we saw from Smoggy, who's in 3rd. There was the finish, so close between them. I wonder if Waspy was excited at the end and kind of forgot that a Savage Speeder was bearing down. Lime and Ruzzy fighting for dead last. And you can see Crazy Cat's Eye's lead. They are in good shape. They have clinched a final podium spot, but only the top 4 marble teams can still win the overall championship. How does it pan out from here? We'll have to find out next time here in Marbula 1. Thanks for watching, everyone.